Namaste. Welcome back to Ramayana Reflections. We are getting into the third session of the first season, which is essentially the preparation and introduction. In the last two sessions, we tried to understand Ramayana's place in the Vedic scriptural framework. And in the last class, we tried to deep dive to the Vedic roots of the Ramayana. We saw that the entire Valmiki Ramayana is an elaboration of the Gayatri Mantra. It was something very unique. Everybody gets stunned when they come to know this. Gayatri Mantra is the essence of Veda, and the Ramayana is developed within the framework of that Gayatri Mantra. That is what we covered in the previous sessions. And we will continue the introduction for today and next week. Today we are going to cover three major topics. Again, we are trying to see the Vedic connection of Ramayana through Rama. When you try to understand who is Rama, that Vedic connection will be more cemented, more clear. So that is the first thing. Then we are going to talk a little bit about the author of the Ramayana, Maharshi Valmiki. His transformation from a hunter or a dacoit to a sage status. That story we will see. And then we will see the birth of the first ever poetry in the universe and how it paved the path for the development of Ramayana. This is what we are going to see today, and we will have a quick Q&A after that. That is the agenda today. Next week, we will deep dive into Ramayana itself, the different versions of Ramayana, and how one should study Ramayana. With that, we will conclude our introduction. That is the plan. So without wasting any time, let's continue. Before we get started, let's listen to the Dhyana Shloka of Rama.
ध्यायेदाजानुबाहुं धृतशरधनुषं बद्धपद्मासनस्थं पीतं वासोवसानं नवकमलदलस्पर्धिनेत्रं प्रसन्नं वामाङ्गारूढ सीतामुखकमलमिलल्लोचनं नीरदाभं नानालङ्कारदीप्तं दधतमुरुजटामण्डनं रामचन्द्रम्.
Salutations to Sri Rama for all of our well-being and happiness. So with that, let's start. So when we tried to analyze the Vedas, we found that the Vedas deal with three subject matter. One is Jiva, Jagat and Ishvara. And if you consider the foundation of the entire Veda, it is Dharma. And we had a discussion on what exactly is that Dharma. There is a famous statement in different Puranas and Smritis. Vedo khilo dharma moolam. Veda akhila dharma moolam means root. Akhilam means entirety. The entire root or foundation of the Veda is Dharma. Now, when you think about who is Rama, there is a beautiful definition of Rama. Raamo vigrahavaan dharma. If Dharma takes a human form, if Dharma has a form, if Dharma is personified, that is Rama. So in other words, we can say that the foundation of the Veda is Dharma and Rama is the embodiment of Dharma. So we can say that the entire foundation of the Veda, if it takes a human form and stand in front of us, that is Rama. So by looking at Rama's life, we can understand the foundation of the Vedic principle. So please try to understand that. Vedokhilo dharma moolam, raamo vigrahavaan dharma. Please keep these two in mind. Now, let's try to deep dive a little bit into this. Raamo vigrahavaan dharma. Who is saying that? When is he saying that? He or she is saying that. Let's try to see. So that is the next point. So in Valmiki Ramayana, we are going to see this later in detail. There is a famous shloka. This shloka tells, Ramo vigrahavaan dharma, saadhuH satya paraakramaH, raajaa sarvasya lokasya, devaanaam vaasavaH. This is in the Aranya Kanda of the Valmiki Ramayana. And very interestingly, I'm going to explain the meaning, but let me give you the context. Who is saying this? This shloka or this word is uttered by Mareecha. Mareecha is an enemy of Rama. So to give you the context, Mareecha and another demon called saadhuH, they used to distract the good things that are happening in the society. Rama took the protection of that well-being, and in that fight, Rama had to destroy saadhuH, and Mareecha was driven away. So he ran away, and he is living in a forest, hiding Rama and the other king. So that Mareecha was approached by Ravana, and he said, can you go and help distract Rama so that I can get Devi Sita? So at that time, Mareecha tells, did you lose your senses? You don't know who is Rama. And then he states this, Ramo vigrahavaan dharma. Rama is the embodiment of dharma. saadhuH satya paraakramaH. Sadhu means he is the virtuous. He has all the noble human qualities. And he is satya paraakramaH. He always stays with truth. He doesn't take any sides. He always stays with the truth. And then you might be the king of Lanka, but who is Rama? Raajaa sarvasya lokasya. He is the king of the entire universe. And then, just like devaanaam vaasavaH, just like Indra rules the whole heaven, Rama is the king of the entire universe. So imagine, if I am your friend, definitely I may praise you. Or if I need something from you, I may praise you. But when somebody praises somebody who is an enemy of him, without his presence, to another enemy of him, that means something really great. That is what Maharishi Valmiki was highlighting here. By making Mareecha saying these words, it is very clear that Rama is the embodiment of Dharma. Ramo vigrahavaan dharma. So this is the first point. Now the next question is, so is it just because of a demon's words we are taking Rama vigrahavaan dharma? Of course, the demon's words is equally important, but Rama himself testifies this in the Valmiki Ramayana. Let's see. So that's the next point. So Rama tells this to Kaikeyi. When one night, Dasharatha asked, we are going to see all these situations. This is just to show that Rama is an embodiment of Dharma. Before, meaning one day Dasharatha told, tomorrow you will be promoted as the Yuvaraja, the king of this country. He is already the Yuvaraja, and tomorrow your coronation is scheduled. At that time, Kaikeyi asked for these two boons, and Rama had to give up the kingdom. So at that time, Kaikeyi had doubt whether Rama is going to obey that. So Rama at that time, he say, Nanya artho param devi. See, he said, I don't live a life which is focused only on the material wealth and worldly gain. Na aham artha param lokam avastum ushtate. I don't live my life just focusing only on the wealth and the well-being. My first goal is Dharma. He say, know me to be who is like sages, Rishibhi tulyam. My life is like a sage. And then he say, kevalam dharmamastidam. The life is only for establishing and ruling dharma. This is what is Rama. So Rama is dedicated for dharma. That is his priority. Everything else is secondary. That is why we say that raamo vigrahavaan dharma. And Veda's foundation is dharma, and Rama is an embodiment of dharma, and that is another connection of Ramayana and the Vedas. This is very important. Let's continue. Little bit more on Rama. Then who is Rama? The word Rama itself is beautiful. Rama, the word come from the Sanskrit called root ram. Ram means to delight, to rest, the source of happiness. So the one who is giving you the ultimate happiness, the one whose presence is going to make you happy, make you content, that is Rama. Objectively, you can say that it is Ishvara, because Ishvara can make you happy, contented. That is one meaning. And if you take subjectively and spiritually, it is that inner happiness within each one of us. It is nothing but the consciousness within us. So Rama is, when you see Rama as the consciousness within yourself, that Rama becomes Atma Rama, a name which is very popular in UP, MP, Bihar, that place. Why? Because Atma Rama means the one who sees Rama within himself. And one version of the Ramayana, Adhyatma Ramayana, focus on this aspect. And whereas the Valmiki Ramayana focuses on Rama as a human being who shows all the noble qualities. When such a person is nearby, one feel happy and contented. And his kingdom was known as raajaa, where everybody is treated with properly. Everybody is included. He doesn't differentiate with people. He doesn't differentiate with a Shabari or a Guha. He treats everybody. Everybody feels included. You will see in the Uttar Ramayana, Rama inquiring, is Charvakas safe in my country? Charvakas means those who rejects Veda. Those who say that the Vedas are useless. So such people's voice, Rama made sure that that is also heard. So such an inclusive person, he is an embodiment of Dharma. And his very chanting of his name, Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame. Whenever you chant that name of Rama, it brings joy into everybody's heart. Please try to chant his name, like at least every day. Chant, just do the Japa Yajna of Rama Nama. You will see, if you do that for 40 days, you will see definitely, you will see that peace that comes to your mind. That much power is that mantra. Rama Nama is known as Taraka mantra, just like Om. Just like Om, this name of Rama is so powerful. And that is the meaning and significance of Rama. Because he encapsulates the whole foundation of Veda. And Vedas might be difficult to access, but Rama is very easy to access. That is another point we wanted to cover. Let's continue. And now there is a problem. When I say raamo vigrahavaan dharma, Rama is the personification of dharma. This dharma is not very easy to understand. Some of you may say, wait a minute. Yeah, lot of actions of Rama seems to be dharmic and genuine. But there are a lot of actions which raises question marks. For example, Sita Parityaga. There are several situations in his life which creates question mark on the mind of the seekers. Is he the real embodiment of Dharma? And in fact, Valmiki himself got confused. So we need to understand Ramayana properly. So we are going to take each of these situations. But before getting into any situation, we wanted to understand one primary principle to understand the Dharma. It is the Dharma, Mukhya Dharma and Gauna Dharma. Mukhya Dharma means in sometimes what happens in one situation demands multiple responsibilities or multiple duties. Let me give you a very simple example. Let's say that you are a father of a child. And let's imagine that you are a teacher also. Assume that that child comes to your class. When you are in the class, you have two different dharmas. One is the Guru Dharma, the other one is Pitru or Matru Dharma. Within the class, you are to perform both. So one is Mukhya Dharma, other one is Gauna Dharma. So if Mukhya Dharma and Gauna Dharma aligns, it's very easy for anybody to make a choice. But when the Mukhya Dharma contradicts Gauna Dharma, what exactly you need to do? The scriptures say, you need to follow the Mukhya Dharma and reject the Gauna Dharma even if it is painful. Even if it is the most difficult decision. Follow your Mukhya Dharma. So let's say that within the class, my Pitru Dharma or Madhur Dharma becomes Gauna Dharma. But when I come to home, what happens? The Pitru Dharma or Madhur Dharma become the Mukhya Dharma, whereas the Guru Dharma becomes Gauna Dharma. So when you have conflicting situations, a person should understand what exactly is the Mukhya Dharma and Gauna Dharma and follow the Mukhya Dharma. If you apply this principle and if you understand the doubtful area of Valmiki Ramayana, which we are going to talk about anyway, each situation we are going to explain, you will understand why Rama did what he did. So this is very important. And Rama's life, always he prioritized Mukhya Dharma. So there are several examples in the Ramayana which demonstrates this. So you need to understand this to see how Rama followed Dharma. So this is, just keep this in mind. So, and whenever he faced every trials, every challenging situation, Rama upheld that Dharma. But he demonstrated his unwavering commitment to Dharma. And that is why he is known as raamo vigrahavaan Dharma. So the life story of a person who always stood for Dharma, always stood for Mukhya Dharma, it is applicable even now. So that is the relevance of Ramayana. And that is why Ramayana is considered as an elaboration of the Vedic mantra, Dharmam Chara. Follow Dharma. That is your mantra. And the whole Ramayana is an elaboration of that mantra. And one more thing Ramayana brilliantly does is, through Anvaya and Vyatireka, it shows a Rama how you should be, and it shows a Ravana how you should not be, and it shows intermediate characters also. So through different characters, the idea of Dharma is reflected again and again. And you see the same idea in Mahabharata. That is the benefit of this itihasas. In itihasas, you see conflicting situation, challenging situation, and how each character behaved, and that is going to educate you on Dharma. This is what it is. And you have to study Ramayana in this way. Otherwise, it is just a story. So please understand this. So we talked about Ramayana. Now let's talk a little bit about the author of the Ramayana, Maharshi Valmiki. So who is the author of Ramayana? It is the great sage Valmiki. So let's understand his story a little bit. This Maharshi Valmiki was a dacoit. His name was Ratnakara. He used to loot and hunt the people crossing through the... He was a hunter, but just by hunting, he was not able to make a living, right? So as a result, what he used to do is, the people who used to travel through that forest, he used to loot. Once it so happened that the great sage Narada came through that forest, and Valmiki tried to attack him. The sage Narada, he tried to attack him. So at that time, Narada asked a simple question. You are looting me and you are hurting me. And that is definitely not Dharma. And definitely you will have some papa for this. And he said, I'm doing it for my family. So Narada asked a question. Is your family is going to take a share of your papa? He said, yes. Narada asked, are you sure? Can you go and confirm? I will stand here. That created a little bit of inquiry in Valmiki's mind. He went back and asked his wife and children. They said, no, we are not going to take a share of your papas. That you have to bear. That created a big transformation in Valmiki. He came back and surrendered to Narada, and he wanted to seek that truth. And he was so illiterate, he could not be taught any Vedic mantra or anything like that. So at that time, Narada said, you sit and chant the name of Rama. And even he could not pronounce the name of Rama. So instead of Rama, he started chanting Mara, 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 Mara. And eventually it became Rama. And what happened? Over a period of time, he became so pure through that intense tapas, intense japayajna. He was just chanting the name of Rama. Remember, Rama was a contemporary of Valmiki. So at that time, he started contemplating, chanting the name of Rama again and again and again. And what happened? An ant pit, a sand pit filled with ants, that is known as Vatmikam, is filled all over his body. And after some time, when Narada came back, he could see only a pit, ant pit, and it was broken, and a sage was emerged. So through tapas, he purified himself, and this Ratnakara became one of the most popular, one of the most revered sage in our country. And this Vatmiki, it belongs to a very, very so-called like scheduled tribe of our country. Imagine, the most revered sage in our country is from that category. So those who stick on to this caste system, they should understand this. The two great saints, one is Vyasa, he is a fisherwoman's son, and Vatmiki is from a tribe. So they both became the most exalted sages of our country. So that is how the transformation of Ratnakara to Valmiki, from a bandit to a sage. This is the story of Valmiki. So let's continue the story of Valmiki a little bit more. So now let's talk about the birth of the first shloka. So once Valmiki became a sage, he started, actually he had an ashram, he had disciples, the famous Bharadwaja was his disciple. And one day, this Valmiki was walking through near the Tamasa river. It's supposed to be the Narmada river. So through that banks of the river, he was walking. And he felt so good. He said, how purified is this water? It is just like the mind of noble people. How nice it is. How good is this water? And how good is this environment? I feel like taking a bath in this river. So he asked Bharadwaja, can you go and get some clothes and something, meaning whatever needed for the bathing? So this Bharadwaja went to the ashram. At that point of time, the sage witnessed a very unique incident. He heard a cry of a bird. When he looked back, he found two birds, Krauncha Mithuna. They were mating at that time. One of the bird was shot down by a hunter. So one of the Krauncha bird was shot down by a hunter, and this sight, and the other bird was just coming down and crying in front of that other bird. That sight gave an immense pain in the mind of Valmiki. And without knowing anything, he uttered some words. It became a curse. I'm going to explain that. Spontaneously, something came to his mind. He got upset and something came out of his mind. Spontaneously. And that is the first shloka in the universe. So, now you may ask a question. That a hunter is meant to hunt people. Even in Ramayana, it is said that if you eat for kill for food, that is not a sin. It is there in the Aranya Kanda. Sorry, it is there in the Kishkinda Kanda. But why did Valmiki, why did this hunter's or Vyatha's action was a very bad action? It is said that when two people are in that mode of love, it's a sin. It's a sin to kill somebody at that time. And that is what this particular outburst came from the Valmiki. But immediately after this outburst, Valmiki felt, oh, I'm a sage. I'm not supposed to do this. Why it came out of me? That is also there. But before that, let's see what exactly he uttered when he saw the sight of the bird shot down. Let's see that. So that is the Shloka. So this Shloka is very famous. It is said that Ma nishada pratishtam togama shashwati sama yat krauncha mithuna veda avadhi kama mohitam. This is very famous Shloka, and this is the first Shloka. Ma nishada, no, O hunter. Then he say, you may not find stability or peace in your life. Ma nishada pratishtam togama shashwati sama. You will not find stability or peace of mind. It's a curse. Then he say, yat krauncha mithuna vedeva. For what? Since you killed one of the pair, what? Who were in love, kama mohitam, with each other. So this is the curse Valmiki did. But look at what he said. It came out perfectly like a poem. So, like a perfect meter, like you can sing this with a shruti. Tantri laya samanyuta. Akshara sama. You can see equal number of letters in all the padas. And pada bendhida in four parts. Ma nishada pradishta, meaning like 32 syllables, metrical, and something that can be seen. So Valmiki got completely surprised on many things. First thing is, he got ashamed of himself. Why should I curse somebody? And then he was wondered, what exactly is the language I have used? I never used it. It just accidentally flowed through me. What is this style of communication? So he was completely perplexed on these things. And at that time, what happened was, the first poetry was born in the world. So from the emotions of a sage, right? Emotions of a sage, what happened? The first poetry happened. So recognizes this curse. It's a beautifully structured way, like a verse it came out. Valmiki started thinking, what exactly is the language I have used? How did I presented it? There are 3 points. Akshara sama. Each line of the shloka has equal number of syllables, ensuring balanced, harmonious flow. Usually when we talk, we don't do that. So how can this happen? The curse came out of me. It is akshara sama. Second one is pada bandha. But construction, it's beautifully interlocked, creating a robust structure. Third one is tantri laya samanyuta, a lyrical quality. This can be, if you have a keyboard or a veena, it can be sang like with beautiful rhythm, with musicality is there. So how these random utterance of me came so in a nice structure, in a nice manner. Valmiki got confused on these two things. See, this is what we call how the divine unfold his or her plan. We don't know. This was for a larger purpose. This incident was a divine intervention for a larger cause and a larger purpose. Valmiki knew very little at that point of time. And over a period of time, he was contemplating upon this. What exactly I composed? It looks great. It sounds great. What exactly it is? He didn't know that it is poetry. It came out of my Shloka, and hence it is known as Shloka. That is how he named it. It is a Shloka because Shloka means that which came out of the Shoka, sadness. When he saw the killing of this bird, his mind was filled with Shoka, and from that Shoka, something came out which is Aksharasama, Padavabatha, and Tantrilaya Samanyuta. And that is what the first poetry. This is very important. And now, what happened was, so at that point of time, Valmiki didn't get answers. First question is, why did I do this? I'm a sage. I'm not supposed to be upset over these things. And why did I curse that hunter? And second thing is that what exactly I uttered in what is the structure? So Valmiki could not get answer. He was praying. At that point of time, see, understand that this is like an idihasa. You see all these things as divine characters and everything to communicate the message. So at that point of time, there was a mystical influence, that is for sure. To clarify this, Lord Brahma, creator, in the form of Bhagavan in the form of creator is known as Brahmaji. He appeared in front of the Valmiki. Brahma said, this curse and the way he structured his sentences, it is not random. It is to pave the birth, or it is to set the path for that great epic Ramayana, for telling him the story of Rama. Rama's story should not be conveyed through as prose. It has to be composed in that manner, right? Aksharasama, Padabantha, and Tantrilaya Samannita. So Rama's story, which can influence the entire humanity, which can communicate the message of the Dharma to all the common people, that has to be composed in this manner, and that is why this happened. And as I said, Brahmaji informed Valmiki that which came out, that structured composition came out from the mind that is filled with sorrow, that is known as Shloka. And then he said, in this style, in this manner, with Akshara Sama, Padabantha, and Tantrilaya Samanita, you tell the story of Rama in Anushtup meter, Anushtup Chandar, which is going to be a blessing to the humanity. So this whole incident was set a path for composing the Ramayana. And following after this, Sage Narada came in front of Valmiki, and from Narada he got a summary of the Ramayana, and with the help of the divine, he composed the entire Valmiki Ramayana, 24,000 shlokas in this style. Again, Akshara Sama, Padabhatha, Tantrilaya Samanyita. This is what the Ramayana is. So, now one more thing Brahmaji said. You think that Manishada is an utterance of grief or a curse, but it can be reinterpreted. You don't know. You said these words, but it can be considered as a Mangala Shloka also. So the first meaning we saw, hunter, stop. You will not find peace and stability in your life because you killed one of the mating birds. As a result, you will not find stability and peace. A curse. But it can be reinterpreted as a Mangala Shloka also. That is also given. So that is the beauty of this Shloka. So now let's see that. So this curse is, Brahmaji said, this is not just a curse, it is a Mangala Shloka. Let's try to understand this Shloka. Let's reread this Shloka. So he say, Ma here means Mahalakshmi, Mahalakshmi. And Nishada means where Lakshmi is, the adobe of Lakshmi. What is that adobe of Lakshmi? Popularly known as Srinivasa, where Sri is Nivasa, where Sri means Lakshmi, is residing, Srinivasa. Who is Srinivasa? Bhagavan Vishnu. So, O Bhagavan Vishnu or Srinivasa, may your glory, pradishtam samagama. So, may your glory endure forever. Why? Because Krauncha means Krauncha Mithuna. Krauncha means the son of a Rakshasi. Son or the children of a Rakshasi. And the Mithuna means the husband and wife. So here it represents Ravana and Mandodari. So, O Srinivasa, may your glories may your glory endure forever, because you ended the suffering brought by the sensuous attachment of Ravana. Ravana represents the sensual attachment in me. Or externally, it is the demon Ravana. Internally, it can say that the attachment related to body, mind and everything, sensual objects. That is Ravana. Ravana represents, in a spiritual manner, Ravana represents our attachment to the sensory world and the worldly pleasure, forgetting the Dharma. And objectively, you can say that it is the Ravana and Mandodari, and you destroyed one of them, and because of this, you will be praised. So again, this is the beauty of the Sanskrit. So Brahmaji communicated to Valmiki Maharshi that your curse is, in fact, you thought that it is a curse, but it can be looked as a Mangala Shloka also. And this is the Mangala Shloka. Ma nishada pradishtam togama shashwati sama yat krauncha mithuna ekam avadhi krauncha mithunat ekam. The meaning is krauncha means the bird, mithuna means the pair, krauncha mithunat ekam. Ekam means one. Only one was killed. So like that, Ravana was destroyed. Avati kamamohidam, that which actually deviated all the benefits given by Brahmaji. So Ravana was blessed by all the Brahmaji, right, for a lot of things, who misused because of his karma, and that one was destroyed, and the peace and happiness was brought into world. And that because of that, O Srinivasa, O Lord Vishnu, may I worship you. So this became a Mangala Shloka, which pointed towards that story of Rama, which annihilates Rakshasas. Rakshasas means the demonic tendencies or the wrong tendencies in my mind. And to that Srinivasa, I bow down. So this was like a pointer for the coming epic. And that is why this Shloka became the cause for this entire epic Ramayana. So this is very important. So that covers all the topic. The unique thing we wanted to cover today is how that one shloka came out of the shoka, became the root of the Ramayana, and how that curse can be interpreted as a Mangala Shloka. This is the unique thing today, the take-home message. So we covered a lot of topic today. First thing is that we said that the Veda, the root of the Veda is Dharma. Vedo khilo dharma moolam, and raamo vigrahavaan dharma. And who says Rama is the embodiment of Dharma? not by Rama's friend, not by somebody who wants to get something out of him. Absolutely not. This statement was given by Marija, the enemy of Rama, and not in his presence. That makes it very unique. And second thing is that Rama himself confirms in many places of Valmiki Ramayana his commitment to Dharma. And one prominent place is what I showed, Rama's words to Kaikeyi, O Devi, I am not a person who is going after prioritizing the pleasures and the wealth and everything over everything. Meaning my priority is commitment to Dharma, and I always stay with Dharma. So that is thing. So that can be seen as raamo vigrahavaan Dharma. We understood Rama, the word meaning of Rama. Rama came from the root Ramayati iti Rama. Ramayati iti, that which gives you that contentment, that which gives your mind rest, that which gives your mind happiness. That is Rama. Objectively, it can be seen as the Ishvara of the universe. Subjectively, it can be seen as the consciousness within me. So the story of Rama, which is an embodiment of Dharma, is the retelling of the entire Vedic essence, Dharmam Jara. So from that perspective, Ramayana can be seen as an elaboration of the Vedic mantra, Dharmam Jara. And as I said, like, suppose you say Dharmam Jara in the Veda, if I tell this to 100 people, maybe 10 people will get it and internalize it. 90% it's just an utterance. But when you see somebody who is, in spite of the suffering, in spite of the trials, in spite of the different situations in life, when he upholds Dharma, that communicates well. That is why the story of Harichandra, Rama, everything is communicated much easier than the Vedic mantra. So that is the relevance of Ramayana. And then we said that even the actions of Rama, there could be questions. You may ask several questions, and that all we will explain. But one thing we wanted to keep in mind is Mukhya Dharma and Gauna Dharma. In any situation, there could be conflicting requirements, conflicting dharmas. And which dharma you follow your Mukhya Dharma. And identifying, recognizing the conflicting dharma and following the Mukhya Dharma is very critical for a dharmic person. And that is demonstrated by Rama in many places. That is where we get confused because we don't understand the rule of Rama. And then what happened? We talked about the transformation of Ratnakara to Valmiki. He was a hunter, and how the name of chanting of Rama, it transformed his name. Valmiki is a contemporary of Rama. Please understand that. And Narada is the sage who helped to make that sage. And after that, we talked about the incident of the Krauncha Pakshi was shot dead by a hunter. And seeing this, Valmiki, without thinking much, uttered a shloka. Without thinking that it is a shloka, the characteristics is Aksharasama, Padabattha, Tantri Laya Samanyuta. That shloka was uttered. And Valmiki got confused. Why did I do this? And what exactly is the structure that came out of me? Manishada Pradishtam Tomagama Shashwati Sama Yat Krauncha Mithunat Ekam Avadhi Kamamohidam. Why did this happen? And later there was a Brahmaji came in front of Valmiki and he said this was a divine intervention for composing the message of Dharma, Rama's story in this particular style. And he instructed Valmiki to construct or compose Ramayana in this style. And even his curse can be looked as in the form of a Mangala Shloka. So it is a praise to Srinivasa, who destroyed the demon Ravana and freed up the world from all the suffering. And that's it. That is why the curse is turned into Mangala Shloka. Exactly on time. So let's listen to the Rama's prayer and then we can close.
Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatulyam Ram सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम